just like I mentioned last video, I'm suspecting the cousin purely because of the fact that they were the last ones to live. Well, actually, no, not purely because of that, but some of their truths has been a little suspicious. I think it's gonna be Jessica, Battler, George, maybe Maria, and Cannon. I'm gonna throw Cannon in, but hold on.
その後、ジョージ兄さんによるシャノン殺しに限っては、ジョージ兄さんには不可能なんだ。
Why would that be? Later on, we learned that George had an alibi alone.
逆に言えば、ジョージの兄貴以外なら、誰にでも殺したわけだ。
How could he have an alibi if he was the only one who was with her? When the two of them left, we were busy checking the locks around the guest house, so not one of us had an alibi. Later on, we learned that George alone had an alibi. At least regarding Shannon's death, it was impossible for George to be the murderer. So either I'm tripping, or Nanjo, or Golda, and Jessica's alibis contradict each other. Their purple truths, they contradict each other. Because how can none of them have an alibi? And then Jessica goes on to say, just too later, that Shannon... No, that, at least regarding Shannon's death, it was impossible for George to be the murderer. So, the only thing that's coming to mind is that she's lying, obviously. So, Golda has no reason to lie. Nanjo confirmed her death. I'm pretty sure they can all agree she was dead. I was forced to acknowledge that she was dead. So we all went outside to look for them. Shannon and Cannon went outside on an errand? Wait a minute, no, let me read this again. Shannon and Cannon, who went outside on an errand, still haven't come back. Then George got angry for some reason and went to look for them. I think I cracked the code. So why would they treat Cannon leaving so nonchalantly unless he was part of the culprits? That's what I was thinking, because I mean, the way they're making it, right, the way they've made this entire thing, one of them would have had to be a servant, a killer, right? So out of all these servants, they confirmed Shannon dead. Hold on, can I ignore all of this? Hold on. Okay, let's read it. But you already know what my theory is. Okay, they destroyed the key that Shannon held. She's dead. They confirmed she was dead. Yeah, and it's not completely suspicious. Hold on, let me go back again. Shannon's death. Golda, Nanjo. Okay, George and Nanjo, we both confirmed that she... Okay, so Shannon is dead. Her key is gone. Yeah, it's treated, but he's very clearly in on it. And she didn't say that in red. Okay, there are no locks, so master keys have nothing to do with this. Then, the pace of the crimes began to accelerate. Alright. Now then. As for culprits, there's something that Shannon said. She was confirmed dead, by the way. So everything that she says is the absolute truth. Now then, I found it really funny that she said this: the death of each parent was confirmed by their own child. There was no one hiding in the dining hall. Nothing suspicious was found inside the dining hall. Like, if they're part of the culprits. All of the victims died instantly. Did Nanjo say that? Dr. Not, no one examining a body will reach the wrong conclusion. All he said is that they're confirmed dead. He didn't say anything about how instantly or how fast. And she didn't say anything about the first, I guess. So we can confirm that Nanjo, we can confirm that Shannon, at the very least, is 100% dead, aside from all of these. We can also confirm that Natsuki and Kraus are dead, so they're not culprits. So both of their statements is red truth, along with all of Shannon's. As for Golda and Kumasawa, what Twilight were theirs? Yeah, Golda-san and Kumasawa died instantly, I believe. 5th and 6th, what do they say about 5th and 6th? She says about 7th, 4th, 5th and 6th. Okay. Well, we have been busy. Keeping a lookout and locking up on that? None of us... Okay. Well, we have been busy. Keeping a lookout and locking up and all that. Once again, none of us has an alibi. That's impossible. No master keys exist anymore except the 2 keys on the 2 people who lie dead here. Except for Cannons. Alright. Now the 4th. They're 5th and the 7th? Or 6th and the 7th? First Twilight. So can we confirm that that Golda and Kumasawa are not the killers because they have been confirmed dead? But hold on, let me cross-examine them. So now, how did we confirm Nanjo's death again? This is proof that Dr. Nanjo didn't leave the guest house. 7th. This was an instant death. No one could kill Dr. Nanjo inside the guest house. 7th Twilight. Hold on, let me look at that one again. 7th Twilight. Hold on. I feel like this is gonna be the breakthrough right here. Doctor was the one that was killed. He was killed in the entrance hall of the guest house. Just right there. It was far too foolish for him to come here alone to check that everything was locked. So it was foolish for him to come here alone to check that everything was locked because it was already locked.
僕です。これは即死だったに違いない。
戸締まりは完璧だよ。密室なのにどうして？
じゃあ、俺たちの中に犯人がいるってことになるぞ。
それはありえない。状況から判断して、私にもマリアにもバトラにもジョージ兄さんにも南條先生は殺せない。
そもそもゲストハウス内で南條先生を殺すことは不可能なんだ。
No one could kill Dr. Nanjo inside the guest house unless they were standing outside, shot him.
しかもこれつまりこいつは南條先生がゲストハウスを出ていない証拠だ。
じゃあ南條先生は殺せないってことになるね。
Okay, hold on. They're confusing me a little bit. Maybe my theory isn't as... Hold on. Judging by the circumstances, Maria, Battler, George, and I couldn't have killed Nanjo. No one could kill Dr. Nanjo inside the guest house. No one could answer that innocent question. No one could kill Nanjo. So why was he killed? Okay. Maybe I should reread the entire thing, but let me skip ahead to the 8th Twilight. Okay,
わけがないもんね。
俺たちは3人でずっと一緒だった。俺もジョージの兄貴もマリアもジェシカは殺せねえぞ。
私たち3人にジェシカを殺すの。
マリアちゃんが人なんか殺すもんか。マリアちゃんには誰も殺せないよ。
ありがとう。
Maria couldn't kill anyone, so she couldn't be the culprit unless George is lying, which I suspect that he is.
大人は殺せないよ。
George couldn't. You know what is funny? Because they're basically covering each other's ass right now. So Maria couldn't kill anyone. Maria couldn't kill anyone. George couldn't kill an adult, but he could kill a kid.
子供は殺せるって。
痛い。
This was the 8th. Have alibis. George, Battle, and Maria couldn't have killed Jessica, but Ganon could. Okay. Check purple. Okay, I feel like just looking at this, I'm gonna get everything that I need. Alright. So, can't click on them. First, Twilight. Doctor not. No one examining the body will reach a wrong conclusion. The dining hall was locked up, so only a servant could unlock the door. Genji was dead. We destroyed Genji's key. Everyone gathered in the dining hall. After inspecting the interior of the dining hall, we determined that all of the doors and windows had been locked, making it a locked room. Okay, now then, let me say something. Okay, second Twilight. We put duct tape all over the outside of the doors and windows, sealing them. Now then, that was... Let me look at the second. I found that the windows and doors were all locked, making it a locked room. We made sure that no one would be able to enter. There was no one in the dining hall. Dr. Nandro checked their pulse, then announced that the two of them had died instantly. Then, we did the same to the dining hall. We also sealed the dining hall in the same way. Second, Madam's room was locked, just like in the dining hall. All of us servants can prove an alibi for all of the other servants. Unless he is lying right now, because if he isn't lying, then this wouldn't be a thing, right? Here's my thoughts, right? All of us servants can prove an alibi for all the other servants. However, where is it? Rules. No. What is the red ones? The red truths. Master keys here. Okay, the servants keep the master keys on their persons at all times, so it is impossible for them to be stolen, handed over, or used by any human other than themselves. Human. Culprits. Wait a minute. What if he just handed it to another culprit, not another human? In this game, we'll consider master keys to be the only keys to exist. There are 5 keys. Yes, what if the servants keep the master keys on their person at all times, so it is impossible for them to be stolen, handed over, or used by any human other than themselves? Is that completely, like, they physically cannot be used by anyone other than themselves? They cannot be taken apart? Because either way, that's going with my theory that Ganon is going along with it. Because if he's the killer, he could simply just be lying about this, right? Or if he's the killer, but he cannot give his master key to anyone else. No. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Let me start. Okay. I'm feeling like... Oh, God. I'm sorry for stumbling over myself, but let me start over. All of his servants can prove an alibi for all the other servants. Now then, he just said that he can prove an alibi, right? He didn't say anything about proving that he has the keys on him. He can just simply hand his keys over to another culprit, and the culprit can unlock the door, kill them. Or multiple culprits can go in there, kill them, and come back. All he said that the servants are the only ones who have an alibi, right? Duct tape. Madam's room was locked. Didn't say anything about it. All of us servants were together the whole time. So then, Shannon... Okay, this is the thing. We can confirm that Shannon is telling the truth. So all of the servants, all of these four, were together the entire time, right? So, okay, that confirms it. Gannon had nothing to do with it. However, all he did was say that they were all together. Right? He could have easily given his key to anyone else. Battler, George, Jessica. Right. Now then, Maria said something. George couldn't kill an adult, so he couldn't kill them. However, didn't say anything about Battler though. Couldn't have killed Jessica. Okay, we all went outside looking for them. At least Shannon's death, it was impossible for George to be the murderer. And Shannon's death, I feel like she could be lying, or... Yeah, because I mean, I feel she has to be the killer. It has to be them. And maybe got it. This is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling it's Jessica, George, Battler, maybe Maria, and Gannon. It just makes sense to me. But let me go with Nanjo. Right. Hold on. Let me go off with her again. Currently the own child. I unlocked the door. All of the servants were together the whole time. Alright, again. So they were together the entire time. All of them. So at least up until the second twilight, everything they say is solid fact, at least on the second. Spot on the floor. All of the servants can prove an alibi for all the others. Madam's room was locked. Okay. Eva, Genji, okay. So they don't have anything else to say. Second twilight. Both of their deaths, there can be no doubt that they died instantly. We sealed the mansion itself, and all of us took refuge in the guest house. Put duct tape all over the outside of the doors and the windows, sealing them. I feel like that could be a lie, because I remember that they died in their rooms, right? They died in Kraus and Natsuki's room, if I remember correctly already. Oh shit, don't tell me I'm fucking failing my memory already. Their room is on the second story of the mansion, so could that be a lie? Unless they had a ladder and did all that, but I don't really see them doing that. Like, they would need to have a ladder because they can't seal them just from there. She said all the doors, we put duct tape all over the outside of the doors and windows. The outside. So they had to have gotten a ladder and shit. I don't believe that. Dr. Nanto checked their pulse, then he announced that the two of them had died instantly. How could they have died instantly? Unless they were shot, for example, or maybe instantly had, like, someone came from behind, right? Maybe they weren't expecting someone coming in, and then instantly someone came in and just chopped their heads off, or I don't know, they lay sprawled on the floor. We sealed the dining hall in the same way. Okay. First, destroy Genji's key. Dining hall, determine all the doors, rooms are locked, making it a locked room. It's clear that no one is hiding. So what? Okay, so some of them. Okay, that's the second. Let's go for the fourth twilight. Fourth twilight. When the two of them left, we were busy checking the locked rooms around the guest house. Hold on. Nanjo confirmed their deaths, right? Okay, I feel like Nanjo's a little shaky, but I'm gonna trust him right now. So I'm gonna believe everything that Golda says and Komasawa. So fourth twilight. When the two of them left, we were busy checking the locks around the guest house, so none of us has an alibi. However, Jessica goes on and contradicts him by saying we all went out to look for them. At least regarding Shannon's death, it was impossible for George to be the murderer. Why would she cover for George? Fourth, to prevent the culprit from using it for any mischief, we destroyed the master key. Shannon held on the spot. They don't say anything about the fourth. Anyone could have killed her besides George. I was forced to acknowledge that she was dead. Fourth, 7, go straight to the 7. George got upset, so we went out to look for it. At least regarding Shannon's death, it was impossible for George to be the murderer. Let me look at the rules again. Culprit is the one who murders. It is possible culprit to lie. It's possible for a culprit to lie even before committing murder. Now then, that is something that I think that I should factor in. Characters who are not culprits only speak the truth. Characters who are not culprits may not cooperate with the culprit. Which kind of goes along with Golda and Jessica, right? They weren't cooperating, like they had conflicting truths. A culprit must carry out all the murders directly by their own hands. A culprit must not die. Now then, did they confirm Jessica's death? Like, they didn't confirm Gannon's death, they just confirmed that he disappeared. But according to hold on, let me see what they said about Jessica. She probably died instantly. Maria couldn't kill anyone. George, Annika, Maria, and I couldn't have killed Jessica. George Oni-chan couldn't kill an adult. She didn't say anything about Battler, funnily enough. Okay, what if it's not Maria? What if it's... I've started to think, what if it's these three and Cannon? Purple statements are absolute truth. Okay, there are no lies in the narration. Golda, alright, first Twilight. Locked up Kumasawa, that's when I arrived. Golda, I unlocked the door with a master key. Terrifying sight awaited me inside. Okay, so I'm gonna believe everything Golda says and Kumasawa. Okay, all of them were dead. Kraus, everyone gathered in the dining hall. Alive, everyone's shaking them desperately. The death of each parent was confirmed by their own child, so I'm gonna believe what Shannon says as well. Dr. Nanjo and I confirmed that Genji was dead. Dr. Nanjo and I confirmed that Genji was dead. Okay. Doctor or not, no one examining a body will reach the wrong conclusion. All of the victims died instantly. After inspecting the interior of the dining hall, we determined that all of the doors and windows have been locked. Nothing suspicious was found inside the dining hall. He could just be lying about that. Maybe the murder weapon's in there. There was no one hiding in the dining hall either. He could be lying about that as well. It's clear that no one is hiding. Okay, I believe in Kraus then. Destroyed Genji's master key. This game will continue. consider master keys to be the only keys that exist. There are 5 master keys total. 1 is held by each of the 5 servants. The servants keep the master keys on the person at all times, so it is impossible for them to be stolen, handed over, or used. Wait. Person at all times, so it's impossible for them to be stolen, handed over, or used. Now, the Nazis said we destroyed Genji's master key. That feels a little conflicting. So again, it's impossible for them to be stolen, handed over. Goda. Madam's room was locked. It's just like the dining hall. Shannon. I unlocked the door after getting everyone's permission. Kraus and Natsuki lay sprawled on the floor, dead. Badly. Dr. Nanjo checked their pulse, then he announced that the 2 of them had died instantly. I confirmed both of their deaths. There can be no doubt that they died instantly. Okay. I found that the windows and doors were all locked, making it a locked room. All of the servants were together the whole time. All of the servants can prove an alibi for all of the other servants. We put duct tape all over the outside of the door and windows, sealing them. We made sure that no one would be able to enter or leave until the police arrived. Then we did the same to the dining hall. We also sealed the dining hall in the same way. We also sealed the mansion itself and all of us took refuge in the guest house. All of the windows have steel bars on them, so it's impossible to enter or leave by them. We'll say that they can seal the whole mansion by sealing the 2 doors, the front one and the back one. So if that's the case, why would Maria say that they sealed them with tape if they were already sealed with iron bars? Again, suspicious. The culprit of the first Twilight has definitely killed 6 people. Culprit, not culprits. The group sealed the room at the same time they left. No culprit joined the group. Hold on. The group sealed the room at the same time they left. No culprit joined the group as they left. Also, all of the seals in Natsuki's room, the dining hall, and the mansion itself will never be broken. That confirms that everyone that has died in there can't influence anything else, so they've been confirmed dead, right? So Natsuki and Kraus are confirmed dead, along with all the other ones. Unless they left as soon as... Unless whoever was in the dining hall. Because they didn't say that they sealed him up, right? 6 corpses. Unlock the door. Everyone gathered in the dining hall. Okay. Inspecting the interior of the dining hall, we determined that all of the doors and windows have been locked, making a locked room. Nothing suspicious was found inside the dining hall. There was no one hiding in the dining hall either. It's clear that no one is hiding. Maybe Genji is hiding after all. We destroyed Genji's master key immediately. So actually, I was thinking because of this, all of the seals on Natsuki's room and the dining hall of the mansion itself will never be broken. I was thinking, they said that. Okay. They went back and sealed it during the second Twilight. Right, the group sealed the room at the same time they left. No culprit joined the group as they left. Also, all of the seals on Natsuki's room, the dining hall, and the mansion itself will never be broken. Did they put any seals on? Yeah. We made sure that no one could be able to enter or leave until the police arrives. They did this during the second Twilight, so someone could have left the first Twilight if they were still alive. But no, Nanjo confirmed that they were all dead, right? We found Shannon. I was forced to acknowledge that she was dead. I examined her and confirmed her dead. None of us has an alibi. That's the thing. I believe Golda. At least regarding Shannon's death. It was impossible for George to be the murderer. Anyone could have killed her besides George Aniki. No one. So Jessica, George, and Battler guaranteed dead killers. Ganon as well. Ganon's master key is treated as having been destroyed. Okay, so it's Ganon, Battler, Jessica, George, and maybe Maria. Judging by the wounds, Goda-san and Kumasawa had died instantly. Goda and Kumasawa are both dead. None of us has an alibi. The four cousins and Dr. Nanjo couldn't have killed Golda and Kumasawa. You know what? Let me go ahead and identify them, right? Let me just say it. I'm suspecting Jessica, George, Battler, Ganon. But should I really suspect Maria? Oh fuck, let me go back. Let me read again. Let me read what she said. Ceiling outside, 7th. Everything is locked up perfectly. Hold on, let me read it from here. 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7th, Nanjo. He's dead. He's been killed. Even that was an instant death. Everything is locked up perfectly. How could this happen if this is a locked room? Maria, Battler, George, and I couldn't have killed Dr. Nanjo. No one could have killed Dr. Nanjo inside the guest house. This is proof that Dr. Nanjo didn't leave the guest house. Okay. The four cousins and Dr. Nanjo couldn't have killed Golda-san and Kumasawa. No master keys existing except these two are the two people who lie dead here. And they can't take those master keys away, right? Because they can't be taken away. It's possible for committing murder. Now, characters who are not culprits only speak the truth. So if Ganon is the murderer, then he could have lied since the beginning and said he killed Shannon. Or no, not that he killed Shannon, but oh fuck, hold on. It's because this second Twilight is the only thing that's getting to me. Death, okay. Unlock the doors. All the servants were together the whole time. Kraus and Natsuki lay on the floor. All of us servants can prove an alibi for each other. Okay. All of us servants were together the whole time? Or maybe I'm wrong. What if it's Shannon and Ganon? No, but Nanjo couldn't. Nanjo had to confirm her dead, unless I'm suspecting him as well, but I'm not. So if I'm not, then she is confirmed to die, so she can't be a culprit. Hold on, let me go ahead and Jessica. Hold on, let me read one more time about Jessica dying. Instantly, Maria couldn't kill anyone. There's no way she could live through this. The three of us couldn't have killed Jessica. George Oni-chan couldn't kill an adult. He could kill a kid, which is what Jessica is. So maybe I'm not supposed to suspect her. What if it's George Battler? Then that means he would have killed... He would have killed Shannon, right? So George Battler and Cannon. George, Anki, Maria, and I couldn't have killed Jessica. Okay, let me go with this more refined theory. I'm gonna say it's George, Battler, Cannon, and should I say Maria? Let's do this. Three of us could have killed Jessica. George Oni-chan couldn't kill an adult. He could kill a kid. George, Battler, Maria, Cannon. I'm just gonna say that. Okay, that's my thing right now. George, Battler, Maria, and Cannon. No?
絶対に犯人でない人物とはどういうことだろう。
ルールに犯人は死なないってのがある。つまりひでえ話だが、死んだ奴は信用できるってことになる。
ほう、それはわかりやすい。ほとんどの人物は殺された。
Yeah.
それらの人物の紫は全て信用できるというわけか。
ところがそう簡単な話じゃない。俺とお前のゲームでもたびたび問題になった死んだふり問題ってのがあるんだ。
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
どの犠牲者もみんな検視をしているではない。
Yeah, but what if the culprit that helped them is lying as
南條
well?
も紫で誰も検視を誤らないと断言している。
Well, I mean, I guess he could be lying, which is what I was thinking, but that just leaves you to running in so many
南條
circles.
先生が犯人だったらそれも当てにはならねえぜ。一見どの犠牲者も検視されているように見えるが、どの死亡確認も紫発言だ。 100% じゃない。
If Dr. Nanjo is a culprit, then we can't even rely on that. At a glance, it may look like all the victims were examined.
では誰の死ならば信用できるというのか。
At least the first
とにか
Twilight.
く犠牲者全員の検視をもう一度見直すんだ。紫発言なんてあやふやなものじゃなくて、絶対確実に死んだ人間を探すんだ。
Okay, someone we can be absolutely sure is dead. I mean, we can be sure that these two are dead. We restored Genji's master key. Everyone gathered in the dining hall. After inspecting the interior of the dining hall, okay. So who did I click? I clicked George, Battler, Maria, and Ganon, right? Fuck. Okay, let me go with this one. Let me go with all of these along with Ganon, and that'll be the final one. And if even that one is wrong, I really hope it's not. Or did I just do that? Hold on, did I just do that? Hold on, let me see if I did that or not. Okay, now then, I did try them, but I want to try all of these together. Now then, this will be the last time I do it. After this, if I get this wrong, no, but let me show. Okay, so Ganon, it had to have been. Fuck, no, let me go back. Let me go back one more time. No, not the display rules. The culprit must carry out all the murders directly. Characters who are not culprits may not cooperate with a culprit. Like in any way? Because if that's the case, then Ganon can't be the killer. Because he cooperated with Shannon, right? Which Shannon is confirmed not to be the killer. Because she died. What if it's all the cousins? All of them. Except for the servants. You know what? Let me do that one. Let me do that one. No, but then why did Jessica die at the end? And why would they even need to keep playing if that's the case? Huh. Dr. Nanjo and I confirmed that Genji-sama was dead. Kraus and Natsuki lay sprawled on the floor. Go back and reread the story. Let's go from the first. Okay, 6 in the morning.
食堂は施錠されていました。確かに食堂に鍵はついていますが、普段施錠することなどありません。ノックしたのですが返事はなく、
そこに私が来たのです。万一のこともあるから鍵を開けてみたらと勧めたのです。
マスターキーで扉を開けると中は恐ろしいことに。
エヴァ様、秀吉様、ルドルフ様、キリン様、ドーザ様、そして源氏様の計6人が血まみれになって倒れていたのでございます。
それであとは大騒ぎだ。全員が食堂に集まった。
思い出したくもありません。それぞれの親の亡きにすがり泣き叫ぶ子供たち。
生きているかもと。みんな懸命に揺さぶってたぜ。
しかしダメでした。お子様方はそれぞれ自分の親が間違いなく死んでいることを確認なさいました。
僕と南條先生は源氏様が死んでいることを確認しました。
Okay, so I'm suspecting that Genji. Did they confirm Nanjo's death? Because if I am thinking that Nanjo isn't the killer and Ganon is, then this wouldn't make sense if Ganon cooperated with Nanjo, if he is the killer.
見事らしい殺され方でした。私でなくとも誰も検視は誤りません。
犠牲者はみんな即死だったのよね。
And also I keep thinking about what Battler said. He mentioned something about, oh, what if they just knocked on the door and Natsuki and Kraus opened up the door and all of these people just went in and killed them and then locked the door behind them.
食堂内を調べた結果、扉も窓も全て施錠され、密室であったことが分かった。
そして食堂内で不審なものは何も見つからなかった。
もちろん食堂内に何者かが隠れているということはなかった。
隠れるも何も、私たちは今ここに全員がいるではないか。誰も隠れていないことは明白だ。
でも父さん、となる殺された6人、食堂は密室。どうやって殺して逃げたんだ。
考えたくはありませんが、マスターキーを持つ使用人が怪しいでしょう。
6人を殺し、マスターキーで施錠して食堂を出る。妥当な推理だ。
とんでもありません。
There was no chance of the culprit hiding inside the dining hall. It made sense to assume that the culprit had locked the door after committing the murder and exiting the room.
Master Key 以外の方法で外から施錠する手段は
存在しないわ。
Okay, so there's no way they locked outside without the master key. And there's no one who died inside. So someone who has a master key has to have done this murder. Right, it's confirmed that it was locked.
Master key がなくても施錠解錠が可能だそうよ。他に質問。
マスターキーの他にも各部
本来ならでもゲームが複雑になるの。赤き真実マスターキー以外の鍵は
つまりこのゲームに登場する全ての施錠はマスターキーでしか開け閉めができないってわけか。
そうなるわね。
Thinking about Nanjo and how he died. So only someone from inside that house could have killed him.
実にシンプルなゲームだわ。
となれば次はマスターキーの本数と。
マスターキーは合計5人の使用人が特別な方法で管理されていて、マスターキーは常に身につけられており、奪うことも譲渡することも自分以外の人間が使用することもできない。
But what if they kill someone? They become a culprit. Does that still apply?
なんだそれ。それはもはや鍵ってより指紋認証システムみたいなもんだな。
面白い例えよ。
Less like keys and more like fingerprint. Fingerprint what?
このゲームの世界ではマスターキー云々ではなく、使用人5人にしか開閉はできぬというわ
け。源氏さんのマスターキーを回収しようとしたんだ。
後のトラブルを予防する。
Okay, I went with the theory that let me check Nanjo's death again. It's the 7th. Let me check Nanjo's again. Should I? Nah, let's go second. Fuck it. Let's go back in order. Why not? Sometimes attack their next victim at this very moment, or was a culprit in them mentally sticking their tongue out and whatever? By midday, everyone got tired of arguing. They decided to take a break. Kraus and Natsuki announced that they wanted to talk. Wait, they announced with each other alone and went up to the second floor. Again, they're in the second floor. Separate ways. Okay. Well, of course there was no answer. The phone lines don't work. Okay. Wait. Let me read that again. To Kraus and Natsuki's rooms together. And in Natsuki's room. So they headed for Kraus's and Natsuki's room, but they were both in Natsuki's room. They found Kraus and Natsuki laying on the floor to Natsuki's room.
食堂の時と同じです。
皆さんの許可を得て私が鍵を開けました。
部屋の中にはクラウスさんとナツシさんが倒れていました。
南條先生がすぐに脈を取ります。そして2人とも即死だったと宣言した。
Okay, wait, if I'm going with my theory, then Battler can't be the murderer. What if it's George? Should I suspect Jessica? Jessica? Maybe Kana?
はい。私が2人の死亡を確認し
Cause he just went along with Nanjo, but they can't cooperate.
あれは間違いなく即死でした。
私は何かの手がかりがないか、その結果窓も扉も完全に施錠されていて密室だったことが分かった。
またしてもマスターキーを持つ私。
しかしご安心を。奥様に疑われていた私たちは。
私たち使用人全員は常に一緒におりました。
僕たち使用人全員はそれぞれが使用人全員のアリバイを証明できます。
こりゃ面白い。今度はさらに完璧な密。
最初の密室には、そして今度の密室には全員にアリバイがあることになっている。
この世界では使用人たちそのものが生きつの使用人たちのアリバイが完璧である以上、夏日の部屋の施錠は不可能です。
僕たちは現場を保全すること。
外からガムテープでベタベタと窓や扉を
きっとこの部屋に警察が来るまで絶対誰の出入りもできないようにした。
隣、食堂も同じだ。俺たちはさらに食堂も同様に封印した。
そもそも屋敷自体にも封印をし、私たちは全員ゲストハウスへ避難しました。
屋敷全体、窓全部をはしごをかけて3階の窓までかな。
ゲームが複雑になる。全ての窓には鉄格子が入っており、よって玄関と裏口の2つの扉を封印するだけで屋敷は封印できることにする。
Doesn't this mean that Maria is lying?
なるほどな。
どうか
夏日おばさんの部屋にいた2人を殺すこと自ノックをして開けてもらえばいいだけの話だ。しかしその後に施錠ができない。
施錠は使用人全員に。
使用人全員がグルって可能性さえなければな。俺はそれより第一の番をまだ疑ってるぜ。
食堂で死んでいた6人の誰かが生きた。
エリカのどうにも
つまり最初の。
ああ、そしてその後そして内側から施錠し室内に隠れて、
筋の通った
赤で語る第一の番の犯人は確実に6人を殺している。
ならばわらわも青密室の正体はこう。犯人は内側から施錠し夏日の部屋内、そして一同が退出した。
いいわ。一同は退出と同時に部屋を封印した。
Let me read that again. Culprit locked the door from the inside, then hid in Natsuki's room. Then after everyone left, they found an opportunity to escape. The group sealed the room at the same time they left. No culprit joined the group as they left. Also, all of the seals on Natsuki's room, the dining hall, and the mansion itself will never be broken. So, they shot down the theory that someone was hiding inside. So that someone was alive from the first Twilight and maybe hid from here. Anyone hiding, that's all completely shut down, okay?
その体質にそして夏日の部屋、食堂、屋敷のすべての封印は決して破られることはない。
The dining hall and the mansion will never be broken. So everyone who died inside the mansion or is in the mansion at the very least of us leaving it has pretty much been confirmed dead. Because the seals that are on the front door and the back, everything else will never be broken. So whoever was there couldn't have killed anyone who leaves the mansion afterwards.
なかなかだ。
Okay. Okay, if that's the case, then I feel like we can pretty much ignore. So Kraus, Natsuki, all of them. No one else died in the mansion. Okay, so it's guaranteed not any of these people. So it has to be one of the, or not one, maybe a couple of these. Again, I keep suspecting the cousins. They've never killed anyone until now. Not one of us has an alibi. That's the thing that's getting to me. She's contradicting Golda. Okay, let me go with my original theory. All of the cousins plus Scanner. But no. Fuck. Hold on. Ganon is treated as having been killed. Also, Ganon's master key is being treated as having been destroyed. Are they saying this because Ganon is obviously a part of Shannon? That's the thing, I'm not really sure if they're treating them as two separate beings or, again, from here, one. Yes, if I'm really suspecting Jessica that I am, then that would mean Battler is also an accomplice because he could not agree with her if he wasn't a murderer as well. But then again, why did she die on the 8th? Hold on, let me suspect all of the fucking servants or cousins. That's it. No? Okay, that's it. After this, I have to really think about it.
バトラ、トガキだ。セリフ以外のトガキ部分に嘘はないことになっていたぞ。
ああ、俺も今気づいたとこだ。
I was thinking about that, but I didn't know.
ベルンカステルは赤き真実で ト書き部分には嘘がないことを宣言している。
あら、気づかれちゃったみたいよ。
Ah, this is the big thing. Ah, don't tell me. Okay, let me write this
気づ
down.
かなくちゃ始まらないわよ。
The narration is red truth. Okay.
ト書きで死亡を宣告されているやつはおらぬか。
I didn't think about, man. Oh, fuck. Okay, I realized that, but I didn't really pay it any thought.
そいつは本当に死んでいると断言できることになる。
そしてそいつは自動的に犯人でないということになる。
And if someone were to confirm them, or multiple people were to confirm those
のみなら
things,
ず、そやつの紫は信頼できるということになる。
ト書きで死亡を語られている人物を探してみよう。横たわっていたみたいな、生きてるようにも死んでるようにも見える曖昧な表現でないやつだ。
oh, really? They want me? Okay, I'm gonna take a picture of that.
頭からもう一度探すぞ。
Okay. Alright, I hope I don't get it wrong this time. I'm gonna have to get it all. Man, I'm gonna go piss real quick. Hold on. Okay, let's just go through everything and let's see all the narrations.
"食堂は施錠されていました。確かに。
Okay, for right now, I'm gonna ignore everything and just go for the narration.
万一のこともある。
マスターキーで扉を開け、
エヴァ様、秀吉様、ルドルフ、計6人が
それであとは全員が食堂に。
思い出したくもあります。それぞれの親の亡くなりにすがり泣き叫ぶ子供。
ひょっとしたらみんな懸命に揺さぶ。
しかしお子様方はそれぞれ自分の親が
僕と南條先生、源氏さん。
むごたらしい殺され方でした。私でなくとも誰も禁止は謝りません。
犠牲者のみんな即死だったのね。
食堂内を調べた結果、扉も窓も全てせず。
そして
Okay, I believe him.
食堂内、
もちろん食堂内に
隠れるのか。私たちは今ここに誰も隠れていないことは。
でも父さん、殺された6人どうやって殺して逃げ。
考えたくはありマスターキーを持つ。
6人を殺し妥当な推理。
Okay, since there was no chance of the culprit hiding inside the dining hall, it made sense to assume that the culprit had locked the door after committing the murder and exiting the room. Take a picture of that. It's only natural for the servants with their master key would fall under suspicion. Are we supposed to assume all of the servants are killers? And sadly enough, none of the servants had an alibi. Everyone else lacked an alibi as well.
マスターキー以外の方法で外から施錠する手段は
存在しないわ。 赤きしすべての扉の施錠開示。もちろん部屋の内側からはマスターキーが。
だそうよ。他に質問は？
マスターキーの他にも各部屋固有。
本来でも赤きしマスターキー。
つまりこのゲームにと
Okay, let me ignore all of this.
マスター5人の使用特別な方法。マスターキーは常に
なんそれはもはや
面白い。つまり
Okay, maybe I fucked up going through this. No, let me go back. Let me go back. Ah, shit. Okay, let's go to second. Okay, no. Let me go back. Logs. Oh, not even the narrations? Okay, here we go. This was the crime scene of the first Twilight. The scene was the fully locked room of the dining hall. None of the servants holding the master keys have alibis. Okay, everyone returned to the parlor. The phones were out. Or was it okay? Hiding somewhere, panic at the next room at the very moment. Culprit. Bathroom, others to gaze at the endless rain. Okay, now then. This is what's getting to me. Calls were sent to Kraus and Natsuki's room. However, the phones were out. None of the servants. Okay. The phones were out, so they couldn't contact the police. But who would have contacted the police? The servants, right? Obviously. So they already knew that the phones. Okay. I just want the narration to confirm that someone's dead. Okay, let me just skip a little bit. Never mind. Wait, let me read what I just said. Or what I just read. Let's look at the narrations. One that aren't as vague as like X was lying on the ground. Kraus and Natsuki, X, lying sprawled on the ground. Fuck.
奥様の部屋は施錠され、食堂の時と同じです。
皆さんの許可を得て私が鍵を開けました。
部屋の中にはクラウスさんやナツヒさんが倒れている。
南條先生が
So Ganon just said exactly what the narration said. Kraus and Natsuki sprawled on the floor. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, maybe Nanjo?
二人とも即死だったの宣言した。
はい、私が2人の死亡は間違いなく即死でした。
私は 何かのその結果。
またしてもマスターキー。
奥様に疑われていた
私たち使用人全員は常に一緒におりました。
僕たち使用人全員それぞ
こりゃ今度はさらに完璧な密室だ。
最初の密室には全員があり、そして今度の密室にはこの世界では使用人たちそのもの、その使用人たちのアリバイが完璧である以上、夏日の部屋に
僕たちは現場を保全することにした。
外からガムテープでベタベタと窓や扉。
きっとこの部屋に警察が来るまで絶対。
隣俺たちはさらに食堂。
そもそも屋敷自体にも封印をし、私たちは全員ゲストハウスへ避難しました。
So what if they didn't steal the mansion? Because Nigel was lying. I don't know. Because he confirmed them dead, but the narration just said they were sprawled on the floor. Right? That's exactly what he said.
窓全部をベタベタとな。はしごをかけてさ。
ゲームがすべての窓には手両的玄関と裏口の。
なるほどな。
どう考える？
夏日おばさんの部屋にいた2人を殺すノックをして、しかし
施錠は使用人にしかで、使用人全員にはアリバイがあるぞ。
So am I supposed to suspect Natsuhi and Kraus?
使用人全員がグルって可能。俺はそれより第一の番をまだ。
食堂で死んでいた6人の誰かが。
Okay, I can ignore this part a little bit.
赤でか
ってことはつまりベッドの下に隠れて後でこっそり抜け出すというトリックは使えない。
Wait, if that's the case, then Kraus and Natsuhi aren't dead. Okay, no, I mean they are dead. No, fuck.
なかなかだぜ。
どうも。
Okay, I'm just gonna keep reading for a definite they died. Okay.
「用事で表へ出たシャノンちゃんとカノン君がいつまで。
ジョージ兄さんの騒ぎだし。
シャノンさんはバラとこう言ったわ。
生きててくれた苦手も。
2人が出かけた時だから私たちに。
僕が殺す。僕に殺せるもん。
ジョージを。
その後シャノン殺しに。
逆にジョージの兄貴以外だ。
犯人に悪用されるのを防ぐためシャノンさんの持ってたマスターキーは。
シャノンが殺されると同時にカノンは以後カノンのマスターキーも破壊されたものとして扱い。
まあ無粋だから割愛す。シャノンが死んだんだから。
つまり死体はなくともシャノンとカノンは同時に殺されたという解釈。そうなるの。
順調に事件が進んでいる。
Okay, so Shannon and Cannon are confirmed dead? They just said crimes. They didn't outright say, "Oh, someone died" or whatever. Which I don't know what to think of. They carefully sealed all doors and windows, sealing themselves in a locked room. So it's confirmed some of the people who are in this room are the killers. After arguing fiercely in the cousin's room about finding the culprit, they decided to go to the servant room to double check the testimonies of Nanjo, Kumasawa, and Goda. And there, they learned that a tragedy had occurred once more.
ゴーダさんも熊沢さんもこの傷では即死だったんでしょう。
So it's definitely Nanjo then.
死に方です。
この傷で生きてるわけあるもんか。死んでるよ。幸田さんも熊沢さんも。
戸締まり確認見回りとか今回はまた俺だ。
そんなことはない。見てもらう。あんな殺し方をしたら絶対に犯人。
でもいとこ全員も、そして南條先生も返り血は。
私たち全員は、つまりいとこ4人と南條先生には幸田さんと熊沢さんは殺せない。
So they're all agreeing on the same thing?
となれば犯人は俺たち以外の誰かであることは明白だ。
So should I really suspect someone aside from them? I'm suspecting Nanjo a little bit.
何者かの信号を置いたのを調べた。ゲストハウスの戸締まり完璧だ。
犯人はやはりマスターキーを持っている。
それはありえん。マスターキーはもうここで死んでる2人の2本以外存在しない。
現存する2本のマスターキーがコゲストハウスは完璧な密室なんだ。
完璧でないから人が死んだんだってね。
Okay, so we can guarantee that as of now, all master keys have been locked or destroyed. Hold on, where's my fucking phone? There it is. Why the fuck is it over there? Hold on, let me take this photo. Oh my god, you dumbass fucking phone. Why do you need to do that shit? Goda and Kumasawa's master keys were also destroyed, meaning that all master keys had now been lost. No one could break into this locked room guest house. At least, that should have been true. Okay, so everything Nanjo said was absolute truth. We can go with that, so he is guaranteed not a killer. He was killed in the entrance hall of the guest house. Yes, so no one has a master key, and they were all in here. So it has to be one of them. It has to be either, so I'm going very back, so it can't be Nanjo. So it has to be one of these four. What if it's just these three? George, Battler, and Maria.
僕でさえこれは即死だったに違いないと。
戸締まりは完璧だよ。密室なのにどうして？
じゃあ俺たちの中に犯人がいるってことになるぞ。
George, Battler, and Maria. Or what if it's just George and Maria?
それはありえない。状況から判断して私にもマリアにもバトラにもジョージ兄さんにも南條先生は殺せない。
Fuck. Judging by the circumstances, that's throwing a fucking wrench into, like, I'm not really sure what to think now. Ah, she's just fucking, unless she's lying, but then why would she's gonna die. So it's just between those four. Who am I gonna believe and who am I not gonna believe?
そもそもゲストハウス内で南條先生を殺すことは不可能なんだ。
Why not?
しかもこれを見ろよ。つまりこいつは南條先生がゲストハウスを出ていない証拠だ。
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Didn't Battler just contradict the red truth of the narration? He said this is proof that Dr. Nanjo didn't leave the guest house. The narration said he was killed in the entrance of the guest house. And Battler said he didn't leave the guest house? So he's going with George? In the first place, no one could kill Dr. Nanjo inside the guest house. Okay. And look at this. Simply put, this is proof of that Dr. Nanjo didn't leave the guest house. No, wait, he's going with the narration. Or is he agreeing with George? I'm so fucking confused right now. Okay. Alright, let's just go to the fucking Twilight, or the final one. Let's see what's up. Holy shit. So would this right here confirm that she's not in it? She flew out of the guest house in a rage, searching for the murderer that she was sure hid somewhere outside. Okay, so it's not Jessica. So in a way, I feel like we can confirm that everything she says is true. Going by this. Okay.
"俺たちは3人でずっと一緒だった。俺もジョージの兄貴もマリアもジェシカは殺せねえぞ。
私たち3人もジェシカは殺せない。
マリアちゃんが人なんか殺すもんか。マリアちゃんには誰も殺せないよ。
ありがとう。ジョージお兄ちゃんだって大人は殺せないの。子供は殺せるけど。
Is she throwing him under the bus? So it has to be George, right?
何がなんだかさっぱりわからねえぜ。一体何がどうなっ。
So Jessica is confirmed dead? They couldn't have killed Jessica, so Jessica is confirmed. Okay, so Jessica and Nanjo. Okay, going by that, I feel like Jessica and Nanjo have all been confirmed, so they're not the killers. At the very least, confirmed by that by the narration. No one examining a body will reach the wrong conclusion. Okay. Okay, they died instantly. We also sealed the mansion itself, and all of us took refuge in the guest house. I examined her and confirmed her death. Judging by these wounds, Goda-san and Komasawa have died instantly. Okay, let's go back from the bit. Okay, let's see what she has to say. Looking at a locked room. So they're not contradicting each other. As for the fourth, they both talk about the fourth. I examined her and confirmed her death. This impossible for George to be the murderer. But he's still contradicting her. I feel like, I mean, he's saying that not one of us has an alibi. But she's saying none of us has an alibi except for George, so... So not one of us has an alibi. We all went to look at, we later that George Nissan alone had an alibi. At least regarding Shannon's death. It was impossible for George to be the murderer. But I just said that she can't be the murderer because she was confirmed killed by the fucking narration. So can I trust what she says or not? Let me look at it again. Oh, fuck. George, Battler, and Maria couldn't have killed Jessica. So Jessica, I mean, it didn't say that she was outright killed, but I mean, pretty much. So anyone who contradicts Nanjo, I should look at. Fourth. Fuck. Oh my god, I'm so confused, dude. What if it's George, Battler, and Maria? No, it can't be Maria because I feel like she's antagonized. She just threw... Battler under the bus. I want to suspect George and Battler, right? Or no, can't I? Okay, so Gannon is confirmed not a culprit, and by that, if he goes along with Shannon, is this contradicting the way that it's written? Because it said a culprit cannot cooperate with someone else. Now then, Nanjo and Gannon cooperated, right? Dr. Nanjo Knight confirmed that Genji-sama was dead. Dr. Not, no one examining a body could be wrong. Hold on. Krausam and Natsuki lays brought on the floor. Okay. Now then, he was talking about Battler. Both of them had died instantly. Then he said correct. Okay, so it's not Battler, right? Because let me look at it right here. Dr. Nanjo has been killed. It said the narration. So it can't be Nanjo and it can't be Battler, going with the fact that a culprit cannot cooperate with someone who is not a culprit. Right. Characters who are not culprits may not cooperate with a culprit. Let me read that again. Characters who are not culprits only speak the truth. Characters who are not culprits may not cooperate with a culprit. I'm just going to assume that it's saying no matter what, they're not going to agree with each other. So if a character who is not a culprit cannot cooperate with a culprit, a killer, that means that Battler and Nanjo are guaranteed not killers. And then if Battler is cooperating with someone on something, then that means that they are not a killer either. Nothing suspicious was found inside the dining hall. We destroyed Genji's key. Everyone gathered in the dining hall. After inspecting the interior of the dining hall, we determined that all the doors and windows have been locked, making it a locked room. It's clear that no one is hiding. So, did that mean that he is with Kraus, right? They agree with each other? There was no one hiding in the dining hall either. Nothing suspicious was found inside the dining hall. We found that all the windows and doors were locked, making it a locked room. We understood that no one would be able to enter or leave until the police arrived. All the victims died instantly. The dining hall was locked up. I unlocked. Okay. I feel like I'm getting close to getting there. James can prove an alibi for all of the other servants. They also sealed the mansion itself, and all of us took refuge in the guest house. Hold on. Fuck. I'm gonna be stuck on this all fucking day. Madam's room was locked, just like the dining room. Okay, let me go back. Ginzo and Battler confirmed not, because Battler agreed with Ginzo. Check their polls. Then he announced that the two of them had died instantly. Correct, I confirmed both of their deaths. There can be no doubt that they died instantly. Wait. Dr. Nancho checked their pulse. Then he announced that the two of them had died instantly. Correct, I confirmed both of their deaths. There can be no doubt that they died instantly. There can be no doubt that they died instantly. Okay. Fourth. Anyone could have killed her besides George. But now they're making me suspect Golda because he's going against what Jessica said. Okay. Dude, my brain is becoming so fucking full of my brain is just fucked right now because I don't know what to think. Because I'm fully suspecting, like, I know it has to be one of them. It just has to. But they're contradicting Golda's contradicting her. Nanjo's dead and Battler agrees with them, so he can't be the killer. However, they're agreeing with him, but Golda is contradicting her in what he's saying about none of them having an alibi. And she's saying that, well, none of them do, but George does. He said that we were busy checking the locks around the guest house, so not one of us has an alibi. Okay. I don't really get it, man. I'm so I felt like I was grasping it. Now I'm so lost. Okay, just put this one. Golda-san and Kumasawa-san died instantly. Okay, so Golda and Kumasawa, never mind. They are confirmed dead. Let me write that down. Let me write that down right now. Golda. No, hold on. Let me see. Confirmed dead. Golda. Kumasawa. Okay, Golda and Kumasawa are confirmed dead. Now then, I don't think Jessica's in on it because she just possibly not culprit. Another one, Nanjo, number one, he was confirmed dead by the narration. This time, Dr. Nanjo was the one who was killed. I took a picture and I'm reading it. Okay, so besides that, Jessica is not a culprit because she just agreed with Nanjo, who is guaranteed not a culprit right now. Golda and Kumasawa are both dead. Battler. We've been busy. None of us has an alibi. them. The 4 cousins and Dr. Nanjo couldn't have killed Goda-san and Kumasawa-san. So I'm supposed to believe Jessica what she's saying. The 4 cousins and Dr. Nanjo couldn't have killed her, which is fucking me up. Because basically I confirmed that what she said is absolutely the truth. And so her saying that she and no one else in there could have killed him, so it's none of them, at least for now. But the guest house was still completely locked up. Okay. Okay, Nanjo is confirmed dead. Confirmed by Jessica. Maria Battler, George, and I couldn't have killed Dr. Nanjo. No one could kill Nanjo inside the guest house. Fuck all this. Let me go back to the beginning. Okay. So everything they say is okay. Okay, Ava, Hideyoshi, Rudolph. I don't need to write these down, but I'm doing it. Kirie, Rosa, Genji. They are all confirmed dead. Okay, if I can do that, let me just skip ahead a little bit. Okay, Nanjo confirmed that Kraus and Natsuki are dead. Okay. The list is getting short. Nanjo. Shannon confirmed dead. Okay. Let me just go with what Nanjo was saying and confirm everyone who is dead as dead. Golda and Kumasawa. Okay, I have them written down. Confirmed dead. And then at the very end, Nanjo dies. Okay, so we have a confirmation of Golda, Kumasawa, Nanjo himself. Unless someone is lying about his death. I don't really know why. Let me just ignore that. Golda, Kumasawa, Nanjo, Ava, Hideyoshi, Rudolph, Kirie, Rosa, Genji, Kraus. Hold on. Golda, Kumasawa, Nanjo, Ava, Hideyoshi, Rudolph, Kirie, Rosa, Genji. Did I write Genji twice? No, I didn't. Genji, Kraus, Natsuki, and Shannon. That's 12 out of the, what is it, 18? Dead. Okay, so there is only, there's only 6 people alive. Along with all the dead, confirmed, not culprits. Okay, let me go back to the beginning. So Kumasawa confirmed dead, so she cannot be a liar. Kraus again, not a liar. Shannon confirmed dead, not a liar. And her confirmed that everyone confirmed that their own parent was dead. Okay, ignore that, I guess. Yes, Genji dead. Okay, let's see. Kraus, let me see Kraus. Kraus confirmed dead, not a liar. The dining hall, we determined that all of the doors and windows had been locked, making it a locked room. Nothing suspicious was found inside the dining hall. Okay. There was no one hiding in the dining hall either. All of us here right now, it's clear that no one is hiding. We destroyed Genji's key. Now then, what was I saying? There was no one hiding at the dining hall either. It's clear that no one is hiding. Okay, Golda is confirmed dead. He's telling the truth. Madam was locked. Shannon as well. Gannon, he is yet to be identified. I unlocked the door. Madam's room was locked. It's just like the dining hall. After getting everyone's permission, I unlocked the door. Kraus and Natsuki lay sprawled on the floor inside the room. Manjo checked their pulse, then announced that the two of them had died instantly. Both of their deaths, there can be no doubt that they died instantly. Okay, so Battler is not a culprit because he just confirmed, he just agreed. Let's go back. Display rules. The characters who are not culprits may not cooperate with a culprit. Now then, I'm assuming that means they can't agree with them, not just help them out, right? Which will mean that what he said, like, Battler just agreed with Nanjo, and Nanjo is not a culprit, confirmed by the red truth that is the narration, and that would mean that Battler cannot agree with Nanjo if Battler himself is a culprit. However, right here, Battler just agreed, cooperated with Nanjo, confirming that he is a culprit, not a culprit, I mean, unless I am getting the definition of cooperation wrong, which I hope not, which will completely throw me out of whack. Okay. So in the end, I found that the windows and doors were all locked, making it a locked room. Okay. So all of the servants were confirmed together. We sealed the dining hall in the same way. Wait, Nanjo just agreed with both of them. So could it be George and Gannon? Because he just agreed with Maria, Jessica, and Battler. We also sealed the mansion itself, and all of us took refuge in the guest house. We put duct tape all over the windows and the doors. We made sure that no one would be able to enter or leave until the police arrived. We also sealed the dining hall. We also sealed the mansion itself. All of us took refuge in the guest house. So will that mean that Jessica, Battler, and possibly Maria are not culprits? Then that just leaves George and Cannon. We went inside to look. Alive. I was forced to acknowledge that she was dead. I also examined her and confirmed her death. Not one of us has an alibi. At least regarding... Okay. So confirmed dead. Goal that not one of us has an alibi. At least regarding Shannon's death, it was impossible for George to be the murderer. Destroy the massacre. Instantly. That not one of us has an alibi. Hold on, let me just go ahead and do that. Is it... Oh no, that'd be too premature of me. I was gonna say, let me go ahead and just suspect George and Cannon, but no. But that's... I feel like that's what they want me to suspect. The four cousins and Dr. Nanjo couldn't have killed Golda and Kumasawa. Locked up. Maybe the guest house wasn't completely locked up and Ganon sneaked in. Okay, let me be that. That'll be my fight. No, or should I? Okay, fuck it. Let me go with my original gut, and it'll be the last time I do it. If not, I'm gonna really think about it. George. Battler. Maria. Are you kidding?
バトラ見よ。第7の番の南條については、ト書きではっきりと殺されたと記されているぞ。
俺も見つけたぜ。第8の番のジェシカについて。ト書きではっきりと無残な死体だったと記している。
Oh, really? I wasn't sure if fucking Jessica's shit was fucking accurate, but okay. So Jessica, yes. Jessica and Nanjo. Oops.
ということはつまり
南條先生とジェシカ、この二人は確実にそしてそれは
南條とジェシカが犯人ではないことを示していると。そしてそれは
この二人の紫発言は赤き真実も同然。
You know what? I'm actually kind of fine that I fucked up a little bit because we wouldn't have heard any of this.
そういうことだ。
The pair gave each other a high five. Finally, they had found their first big clue. A safe slice on the roll with a needle in it. They had discovered some purple statements they could trust.
南條とジェシカの紫発言を書き出してみよう。
Okay.
これは赤き真実も同然だ。ようやく見えてきたぞ。
南條先生が犯人でないことが確定なら、第一の番の彼の紫発言である私でなくとも誰も検視を誤らないが大きな意味を持ってくる。
What do you mean by that?
つまり誰であっても検視は誤らないということ。
Except for the culprits, but
犯人でない
how
こ
would
と
we
が
know
確
if
定
the
したこの
culprit
二
is
人
fucking
南條先生
lying
と
or
ジェシ
not?
カによって行われた検視は絶対に信用できるってことだ。
つまり南條とジェシカが死亡を確認した人物もまた犯人ではないことが確実になるというわけだ。
Oh, okay. Anyone confirmed? Oh, I mean, obviously, right. Anyone's death confirmed by Nanjo or Jessica cannot be the culprit.
あっちゃー、順調ね。
不思議なものね。順調だと悔しいけれど、行き詰まられてもそれはそれで退屈だわ。
よし。
Come on, I gotta figure it out now. That's it.
犯人ではありえない人物を探してみよう。
Okay. Let's see, Nanjo and Jessica. I found that the window and the doors were all locked, making it a locked room. No, let's just go all the way to the bottom. Maria, Battler, George, and I couldn't have been killed. Dr. Nanjo. So Maria, Battler, and George are not the killers. Maria, Battler, and George are not the killers, no matter what they say. So no matter what they say, none of the cousins are the killers, because Jessica's just saying that in red. So none of the cousins are the killers. Unless I'm wrong. So it has to be Golda if that's the case. But Golda was confirmed dead by Nanjo. So he can't be the killer, even though he's contradicting Shannon? Dude, I'm getting confused. I'm like really fucking dumb or something. Probably. So let's go for Golda, Nanjo again. Damn, it's getting really late, dude. You know what? If I can't figure this out by like 9, I'm just gonna go ahead and look at the fucking answer right here. Turn on the AC. I can even suspect them? Fuck, never mind. I kind of want to suspect the people who are dead, but I mean, Nanjo just said that, and Shannon also said. Okay, so Shannon, Jessica, and Kumasawa as well, right? Battler, Maria, and maybe George. Can we agree with George? Battler, Maria, and George. What if it's the three of them? Battler, Maria, and George? Battler, Maria, and George. Fuck, hold on, let me read the last one again.
マリアちゃんに人なんか殺すもんか。マリアちゃんには誰も殺せないよ。
ジョージお兄ちゃんだって大人は殺せないんだよ。子供は殺せるけど。
Fuck, I feel like this is a bigger...
何がなんだかさっぱりわからねえぜ。一体何が。
Okay, I'm just gonna check one final thing. It's either these three. It has to be these three, because I was thinking maybe it could... I had a clue, right? And someone said that for this clue, look at who it is. It's Bern. What do you think she would want to do, right? You know, I was thinking maybe these three, but no, it has to be these three. If it's not these three, then I don't know. If it's not Maria, Battler, and George, then it has to be Battler, Kyrie, and Rudolph. Right. Oh, I really hope I'm not wrong. I'm wrong?
バトラー、南條とジェシカの紫発言のチェックを終えたぞ。
この二人が死亡を確認した人物は間違いなく死んでいる。そしてそれは間違いなく犯人でないことを示す。
そうなれば信頼できる紫発言がさらに増えるということだな。
まず南條先生、第2の番の犠牲者クラウスおじさん、 夏希おばさんの死亡を確認して
Yeah, naturally, but it's not like they had that much shit to say.
さらに第4の番にシャノンの死亡も確認している。
Yep. Let me write these down as if I didn't already write them down, but I have them written down, but I'm going in circles. So Shannon, Kraus, Natsuki, obviously, Nanjo, Jessica. I mean, obviously I figured that out.
第6の番の郷田さんと熊沢さんの死亡も確認している。
Yup, I even got that one too. Goda and Kumasawa.
一気に白が増えたぞ。南條ジェシカに加えクラウス、夏日、シャノン、ゴーダ、熊沢は犯人ではないということだ。
Shannon, Kraus, Natsuki, Shannon, Gordon, Kumasawa, and Jessica, and obviously Nanjo himself.
それだけじゃない。第4の番にベルンカステルの赤き真実で犯人は死なないんだから。カノン君も犯人じゃない。
What, are you kidding? It just said that he disappeared. No, this is what's fucking me up. Oh my god. Okay, now then, I needed this, so I know Ganon for sure is not a killer.
南條、ジェシカ、クラウス、ナツヒ、シャノン、カノン。
Nanjo, Jessica, Kraus. Nanjo, Jessica, Kraus. Natsuki, Shannon, Cannon. Natsuki, Shannon, Cannon.
ゴーダ、熊沢。この8人は犯人ではない。
あらら、いきなり容疑者が8人も減らされちゃった。
ここまでは順当でしょ。ここからよ。
So no matter what they say, it's truth.
信用できる紫発言がここからが本番だ。
ああ、新しく犯人でないことが分かった人物。
Okay, if I can't get it from now, I should probably just stop playing the game. Okay, Shannon, what did she say? The death of each parent was confirmed by their own child. So they are all confirmed dead? So the death of each parent was confirmed by their own child, which means that George confirmed that they're dead, Battler confirmed that they're dead, and Maria confirmed that she's dead. And obviously, Ganon confirmed that he's dead as well. So hold on, let me just go through the process of an elimination. He can't be it, she can't be it. None of these can be it. Can't be, can't be, can't be, can't, can't. Which leaves with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5. Except for not really, because can't be it and can't be it. Which leaves these 3. But I just clicked on these 3 and I got it wrong. So if it's not these 3, then it's 2 or 1? Or unless it's just Battler himself. I'm really suspecting Battler, but I don't want to choose it and have it be the last thing I say. Should I just go ahead and suspect him? Because I've been suspecting him from the fucking start. You know what, should I just do it? Fuck, no, I can't. Why do I feel like this is maybe the right answer? Okay, let me go back one more time and just see what they're saying. Man, I feel so stupid because I can't really figure this out. So it's not Shannon. Okay, Gold I can trust. So I can trust Kumasawa. So Ava, Hideyoshi, Rosa, Gideon, Rudolph. Okay, so it's not Gideon and Rudolph. So they're all dead. No, she just said they were lying there covered in blood. She didn't say they were dead. Right, she just said they were lying in blood, not that they were dead. Shannon confirmed. No. Dr. Nanjo Knight confirmed that Genji was dead. Dr. Not, no one examining a body will reach the wrong conclusion. So he said the death of each parent was confirmed by their own child. However, if I'm going with my theory that Battler is the killer, then that Maybe he lied about his parents? Because they could have slipped out during the commotion of them going to the second one. Hold on. You know what? Is it this simple? Hold on. Are you fucking kidding me? It was that easy?